You mentioned about that. So that show in '97, the WWF Raw that ECW
Yeah.
invaded. Did you have any sense at the time, as the time, did you any of you know how much of a close relationship that actually was between Paul and Vince, which has obviously since emerged in the years to come?
You knew, you got the feeling that ECW was definitely WWE friendly,
Mm,
and you knew that WCW was the bad guys because I mean, if you had been following wrestling just as a fan, you knew Paul had issues with WCW from when he worked there. Working in WCW for Bill Watts, he had his issues. So you knew WCW was the enemy. WWE was WWE. I mean, WWE was ECW friendly. Guys. My first couple months there, Bruce Pritchard showing up to shows just hanging out in the back. Tom Pritchard's in the back. People are just showing up just to hang out, and there's no
yeah.
hubbub about it. So you got, I'm wrestling in Reading, Pennsylvania, in an arena that's over top of a tattoo shop, and Bruce Pritchard's just hanging out. All right, so I guess we are WWE friendly. So uh, and that, but then you eventually you learn that Vince was sending a check like once a month or whatever. But I'm sorry, where were we going with that? That's
Whether you kind of realize that actually it wasn't a war after all, but actually there was a pretty decent relationship between WWF and ECW.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if you paid attention enough, you can see that when Rob Van Dam starts bringing WWE banners to the ring, and Jerry Lawler's making an appearance, Cornette's making an appearance. It, but that also helped the storyline of us versus them. It was ECW versus WWE. So when Jerry Lawler shows up and they they're beating up on Tommy Dreamer, and then Jim Cornette shows up and with the racket, and
Yeah.
you know uh Rob Van Dam showing up on Raw as Mr. Monday Night, against Jeff Hardy. Just it was easy to put two and two together. Just knowing how Paul had worked for Vince Senior. Just you could put two and two together, but it worked out. It helped us. It put eyes on us that normally probably wouldn't have seen us otherwise, especially leading into that first pay per view. So yeah, just it was pretty obvious. We raged against the machine, but we raged against the machine, but we're more friendly with one machine than the other.